Hey guys, I'm Amy and you've landed on Belle Loves Bargains. That's my cow Effingham, and sometimes he co-hosts with me. He's got a lot to say. This channel is Dollar Tree and only Dollar Tree. And why? Because everything at the Dollar Tree is $1.25, people. So stick around, consider subscribing, and don't forget to give me that big thumbs up. And if you want to know more about the 4 uploads I do every week, just check out the description box for more information. Enjoy! This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream's waters. This land was made for you and me. As I was walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above, I can't remember anymore. I saw above me, then in this skyway, I saw below me the valley. Anyway, this land was made for you and me. Hi guys, welcome to Belle's Bargains. My name's Amy. Okay, so seriously, it's like 10 o'clock at night. I should be asleep, but I came home from work today and I tried to get this video done so that I could be in this challenge, which is called, I'm gonna show you the challenge right now. It is like my favorite, and it is Unconventional Materials Craft Challenge by Blondie next door and Designer's Loft. D from Designer's Loft. Okay, so I'm super excited about this. Now, I don't know if I ever do it like everybody else does it, because you know I'm gonna do it my way, right, besties? You totally know I'm gonna do it my way. So I had this idea. I started collecting things like unconventional. I have this little basket going. Didn't end up using any of it. You know, that's how it goes, right? So I had all these ideas in my head. And then this morning, for some reason, I was like, I don't know, 4th of July is coming. And so I went outside the box and did something completely different. So I'm going to try and pick this up and show you. I might have to insert a picture here because there's parts on here that might roll off. Okay, but this was my unconventional thing today. Okay, what is it? It's a tier tray made of books, which I think is pretty unconventional. I don't think I've seen anybody do it. And of course, it's 4th of July themed. So I'm gonna insert, there went the Hot Wheels. I'm gonna insert, obviously, pictures of what I made here, but I'm just gonna deconstruct right now so I can show to you guys what I did. So I have a couple of unconventional things that I used. So first of all, this is my tier tray. I absolutely love it. I think it's really cool. Obviously I used red, white, and blue books, but let's talk about what I did. So I wrapped ribbon over the title on this one. This one says White Elephant. I had to leave it. I love elephants. And it's gold, which sort of went with what I was doing. And then I took this book and it had a black bind. And so I put ribbon over it. And then the white one, which nobody get upset, but I think this is really appropriate. This book is called Your Own True Colors, and it's written by Barbara Bush. Obviously, I found all these books at the Dollar Tree, but Barbara Bush was one of our first ladies, so I thought it was pretty appropriate. And honestly, an elephant does represent one of our political parties, so also I thought appropriate, but we know I love them. So I just thought it all was good. So I was going red, white, and blue, obviously. I sort of, tilted them a little bit, glued the books all together, and then this is a candle stand, but I turned it upside down because I didn't want too big on the blue here because it would take up too much space, okay? So then I took some of those, the American rub-ons, so freedom up there, America there, and then I was trying to do red, white, and blue, and it messed up, but I think it's okay. It's almost like a Warren part of it. I don't know. You guys decide. Anyway, Because obviously we finish red, white, and blue in our head as we read that. So I thought it was okay. Oh, I was so mad it didn't work out because it would have been so cool because that would have been on the pages. Doesn't matter. Okay, so let's talk about what I've added to this that's unconventional. So I'm going to show you, I made some other things that aren't unconventional. Like I took the home sign that had a flower in it and I made the home a red, white, and blue ribbon with a button. I threw on some of the patriotic Hot Wheels that I got. Obviously, all Dollar Tree, right? If you're new to the channel, by the way, you guys should know this is Dollar Tree, and only Dollar Tree. And Effingham's not going to talk this morning, tonight, because he's asleep. I'm not going to wake him up because he needs to sleep. He gets cranky when he doesn't sleep. Effingham's my cow. Anyway, so I threw on some little tidbits from Dollar Tree that were red, white, and blue, like the little, the floral picks that they have, they're red, white, and blue, and just made those sort of this crisscross ribbon out of the, crisscross bow out of the ribbon. But some of the other things that I used that were super unconventional, I think anyway. In the teaching area, they sell these things, and they're called card stand. So I took it. It did have a stand on it, which I took off because it stands without that. And I cut ribbon out. And then I did the rub-on of the USA to make like this little sign for my little petite tier tray. What else did I do? This was a Valentine's, they were Valentine's little garland thingy, bobbers, I don't even know what you call them, with a heart on it. So you'll see in the video. I sand off the heart and I put the eagle on here, and then I put military heroes on this side, and I used straw and cut up the straw to make my red, white, to make my blue with the red and white. A little unconventional, I think. So then I took the trucks, and this is one of those trucks where they're two together. So you'll see in the video, I take the trucks apart so I can use my unconventional shoe polish to make them to whitewash the whole truck. Unconventional, for sure. Shoe polish to paint it. And then even more unconventional, I don't have it right here, but you'll see in the video, these are tattoos. Yeah. So I took tattoos and put them all over my truck to make it a red, white, and blue truck, and then used straws to make some firecrackers in the back. So, a little different, right? I think. Anyway, probably the most impressive thing is just this very unconventional tier tray made of books. And I love it. And when it's all set up, I think it's super, super, super cute. So I hope you guys like it. I think it came out really good. You can watch me put it all together now and see the pictures of it. So my unconventional items, obviously books for a tier tray, tattoos for Mod Podging on, and what was the other thing? And the card stands to make a little USA sign. So those are my and straws. I think straws. I mean, people craft with straws, but it's unconventional. All right, guys, so that's what I made. Thank you so much, Blondie Next Door and Designer Loft, for hosting this wonderful challenge. You guys, I look a mess. I'm not kidding you. I've worked all day. I got home at 6:30 and started crafting, and it's like 10:12 now. Now I've got to go edit and put the video together for you guys so I can download it tonight so I can make the playlist. So anyway, I hope you guys really like my sort of unconventional thing. This I love. Tell me you don't love it also. And I actually really love how the one book has elephant. I love that this says, you know, your own true colors, which of course America, and it's written by one of our first ladies. By the way, this is a great book if you ever find it at the Dollar Tree. It was a college commencement speech that Barbara Bush made, and it's phenomenal. She wrote, and then she gave, and then they made a book out of it. It's phenomenal. So anyway, there you go. There's my tier tray. By the way, I did it so that it would be good from all sides. I really tried to do that. So even like with my sign, there's ribbon on the back side of it too. So and I took pictures of both sides. So, and the truck, both sides are done, so that if you put it on a table, it would be good from all areas. Anyway, that's it. And I love this too, by the way. I really do like this. Talk about taking a Valentine's thing and making it red, white, and blue. Patriotic. Okay, guys. So that's it. I'll see you back here on Thursday for Theme Thursday. I do have some other challenges coming up right this minute on the top of my head. I can't tell you what they are, but there was another one I really wanted to do today and I didn't get to do because I just didn't have enough time. But that's my unconventional challenge. Thank you, Blondie and Dee. Love it so much. I really, really like this channel. Now, what you need to do is go down and check in my description box, because there's a link to both their channels and there's a link to the playlist. And you've got to go watch the playlist, because it's always so amazing to me to see all the different crafts that everybody makes. Okay, guys, love you so much. Thank you for watching. Now you get to watch how I made all these things, and I'll see you back here on Thursday. And if you really like this, please consider giving a thumbs up and subscribing. And you should know, I open every video with a song. That's just how it is. It's my niche. All right, and normally I have a cow that talks too, but like I said, shh, effing am sleeping. Okay, enjoy the rest of the video. I'll see you back on Thursday. Bye, besties. Okay, I'm going to start with some books and one glass candle holder. And I'm going to make a tier tray using books, but we're going to make a patriotic tier tray. All right, let's do this. So I uncovered the books and then decided like I was going to sort of put them, you know, twisted. And then Mod Podged on the binding of this one just to add that ribbon, trimming it up just to cover it. This took a lot to get that to stick, FYI. Like, took a lot of holding down and waiting for the Mod Podge to dry a little bit. But in the end, it came out exactly how I wanted, which was to cover up that black spine on this book and make sure that we had the patriotic going on that one as well. Because the other two were so perfect. They were red and white. And the blue on this was perfect, but just not the spine. So after I had to get that done, then I started gluing my books together and trying to decide how I would do them. So you could do this a multitude of ways. I just thought it looked kind of cool to have them sort of twisted. And I did wrap a ribbon around this bottom one to cover up the title of the book, but also to hold it together so it wouldn't open up, if that makes sense. And then just started gluing them on. And of course the blue one, I reversed it so that the binding was to the back, and that was to give some red, white, and blue to the back of the tier tray. And then I glue on my candlestick upside down, again because I didn't want the wide part of it to take up too much of the display area. And then on the white one, I just sort of lined it up straight with the red one on the bottom. And then that's it. That's all sort of put together. And then I started working on some of the other stuff. So this is just a little home sign, and I just took the flower off, tracing around that ribbon to get the blue on there. I mean the ribbon on the O part of home, and then just Mod Podged it on, let it dry, and then trimmed it off. So I'm just going to Mod Podge it here and then set it aside to dry, and then moved on to the next project. This is, I think, the only video where I've done this where I just sort of filmed as I was going, so you guys are getting it how it all happened. So while that's drying, I moved on to the truck, and I take my shoe polish and I start whitewashing the truck with the shoe polish, and in the end decided I needed to take it apart so that I could get the whitewash like all over it. So I stuck it in the microwave for 20 seconds, and that just warms up the glue just enough that I can take it apart, FYI. Then Mod Podged used my shoe polish to whitewash the whole truck. So I could have left it natural, actually. I think that would have been fine too, but it's really wanted those tattoos to stand out, and I felt like it would do better if it was a white, not stark white, just a whitewash white behind it. So then, I mean, after I get them all shoe polished up with the white, I start with the tattoos. And you'll see, this messes up a couple of times because it's hard. Tattoos in general, these temporary tattoos are hard when you're putting them on yourself. And then I'm trying to put them on the project. So this first one, I put the United States down. It looks so good. But there was like double layer of plastic on it or something. So later on, I have to remove it and put something else there. Anyway, I just started cutting them out, putting them on, and just had a wet paper towel to put them all down there, try and pull it off. And I go ahead and do just lots of different ones all over the trucks, both sides. And after I get them on, I do use Mod Podge just to seal it. So we're just going to watch me tattoo these all up. And again, you could do it however you want. I was trying to get the majority of the whatever it was to show, so you don't have like a lot of open space here on the doors and whatnot. But they're red and blue, the tattoos are, so I was trying to balance the colors too, so that I was putting red and blue on both sides of the truck, and then Mod Podging it down. So I Mod Podged down that United States, but it doesn't stay. Just FYI, I have to take it off later. Then I go to the other side, and this is where things get funky. So I get the, I think it's the eagle I put on the door here. That's all good, but when I got to the back, a couple of them just would not come off right. So just so you know, it was pretty easy to just sort of scrape them off. Obviously, after you Mod Podge, that would be a little bit more difficult, but so that whole flower thing didn't come off right there. And then adding the flag up on the front up here. That works really well. It looks super cute. And I don't remember what I'm putting where now, but right about here, this completely messed up. It was a hat, and it just didn't. So I started scraping it off. And then tried to put a butterfly here, which was really cute. Did the same thing, it just would not stick right there. I was having problems with this area. So I take everything off, I sort of wipe it down, and then I left it to dry from there after that. And then went ahead and did some other stuff on there just to cover it up. I even took some of the tattoos and I cut them. You'll see, so I can put them on the truck where the bed is. Now I go back to this and trim that. Alright, let's see, I'm going to let that truck dry because I feel like it's just too wet. Then I try and decide, like, what can I put in the center of this. I did age it or distress it just a little bit, just some sanding on the edges. So first I put this really sparkly thing in there. Yeah, no. I was like, nah. And then I went and got buttons. Just went a little more Americana on it. Okay, so we go back to tattoos, putting them on, and eventually I get this stuff on there, and I think it looks pretty good. So that's just, it's personal choice. I looked at those gold rub-ons and thought about using them, and then decided not to. So I just finished this off, and see there, I pulled off the United States because I realized it just wasn't on there for some reason. There was like a double layer of plastic. So that one goes on fine and it looks really cute. Then I did cut up some tattoos right there. Like I sliced them just so I could get part of it on there. Anyway, I think the tattoos was a really clever idea. Very unconventional. And I hope you guys like it too. They're subtle too, which I kind of liked. Okay, so after I do that, here's the thing though. I go and I glue my truck back together, and it's lopsided. So just be super careful if you do this to glue your truck back together so that it's even. It was just like, ugh. And I did Mod Podge over all the tattoos just to make sure that they stayed on. But I think the truck came out super cute, and you could have left it just like this, but I decided to put some stuff in the back. Okay, so I put the truck to the side. Now I'm just showing you the pulling out Hot Wheels, and this is the place card stand. I just cut some ribbon to fit inside of there, double-sided, so that I can have ribbon on either side if you're looking at it. And then get that inside of the little stand, because this was like a little picture frame almost, is how I was using it. And then take the USA out of these rub-ons, cut it out, and put that on the little stand, which I thought was super cute. I think it came out really well. These rub-ons worked fairly well for me this time. I've had problems with them rub-ons from Dollar Tree before, but today, for some reason, it was all working. Maybe because I was trying to rush. I'm not sure. And then I took the stand off the back right here, just because it stands on its own without the little stand. So then I'm gonna go back to my tier tray and just start using some of these gold words just to dress up the books a little bit. It looks so good. And I do Mod Podge over those as well, so I don't want them rubbing off. And then I go to put America on the blue book below. It was just, this gold was so vibrant. You can't really see what I'm doing, sorry, but I'm just rubbing on America. I think it looks really cool. Mod Podge over that. Do you get to see it? No, probably not. And now I'm just trying to decide like what I'm going to do with the back of the truck. So I take straws and I'm like, okay, I have to make a bed. So I took the blue straws, glued them in there just to give me a surface like a bed. And then I take jute twine, I cut 3 little strands and I glue them inside each little straw. And I end up with a bunch of little firecrackers. And then I take this Valentine's one, I take them off and I go red, white, and then I do a piece of blue straw, red, white, blue straw, red, white, blue straw, and just use up the beads. And when I got to the end, I knotted it off, and then I fray it later, you'll see. So now I'm going to put Military Heroes on this side. This is fairly easy. I do like these red ones. The gold ones I think are the hardest to work with, but they seem to work okay for me today until I went to do red, white, and blue on the side of the book. Okay, it can't always be perfect. And then after I do this side, I'm just going to Mod Podge over it again to keep those things on, the words on. And then I flip it over. Should have done this first. I don't know why I did it after, but I sand off the XOXOXO. So I just sand it, and it does come off fairly easy. Look, you guys, just a little sanding. I'm a fast sander, look at that. And then once I get that all cleaned up, I take the eagle. There was a little piece of hair. And I cut the eagle out and put that on this side. I just really liked this rub-on. I think it's really cool. And then I do take my nail file sandpaper thing and distress the edges on this just a little bit too. I'm going to Mod Podge over this, of course, as well. And then just distress the edges just a little bit. Just give it a little bit of wear. And then that part is done. I do fray the little edge right there on the end of this tassel thing. I just frayed it. And then I start putting it together, and I decided to add stars and stripes on the top book on the back side. And then I decided to try and do red, white, and blue, which is where it just fails. But it would have been really cute if it worked. Oh yeah, I make the crisscross ribbon for this little bunch of the red, white, and blue berries. I just cut a bunch of strands of this ribbon right here, crisscrossed them, and tied them with jute twine, tied it pretty tight, and then just really worked the ribbons to pull them up, sort of a starburst effect almost, and just to finish off the twigs on this on the berries, which is just to add some really cool color in the back. So now I try red, white, blue. I should have just put it on the bottom book because I thought about that, and then I decided, oh no, I'm going to put it on the pages. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. It fails. Anyway, that's it, you guys. I think this came out super cute. I hope you guys really, really, really like it. And let me know. I don't think I've seen a book tier tray before. This might be first, so let me know. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Don't forget to go watch the playlist and tell everybody Amy from Bella's Bargain sent you. And I really hope you enjoy it. I had so much fun with this. And we'll see you back here on Thursday. Don't forget, go watch the playlist. Thanks, guys. Love you, besties.